What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Today I'm going to be doing my overview, I should say, of the Arkona Nettle F, actually. And this knife was sent in to me by my friend Julio. Thank you very much, Julio. I really do appreciate it. And we'll go over the specs, do a couple size comparisons, and talk about one of my favorite front flippers of all time. Truly impressive. Fantastic, actually. Hate to give it away, but my goodness, this thing is good. So glassy smooth and a freaking guillotine. Alright, let's go over the specs real quick. Bring you guys down a little closer. There we go. Alright, the overall length's 8.07 inches. The blade length's 3.5 inches. Handle length's 4.57 inches. Blade thickness is 120 thousandths. It's M390 blade steel, has caged ceramic ball bearings, anodized titanium backspacer. I believe this is a titanium clip. It's just, it's not magnetic, but it doesn't look like titanium the way it's done. But I'm assuming it's titanium, but I cannot confirm that. And I believe all the hardware is titanium also. Pocket clip is reversible. I like the way they mounted it here at the butt of the knife. Very easy to move it over, and the pocket clip works very well. Beautiful stonewash finish on the blade. Super thin and slicey. Got a nice swedge down the top here. Really good jimping, done right. Done really good. Forged carbon fiber scales with titanium liners. Well, I think the liner's only on the lock side though. Let me verify that. No, there's liners on. Well, there's a partial liner, so the liner stops right here. On the show side, and I believe it comes all, nope, yep, so they're like 3/4 liners. Liners stop here to keep the weight down. This thing is super lightweight for its size. 3.5 inch blade. I'm going to weigh it real quick because I don't have the specs, well, the weight in my specs here, so it's like just over 3 ounces is my guess. Between 3 and 3.5. I'm going to be wrong as always, but yeah, 3.4 ounces for a 3.5 inch blade. I'm digging it. Bigger knife than I would carry, but because it's so lightweight and not very thick, I would carry the crap out of this knife. These knives were $295. Apparently there were some budget versions of this knife also at one point in time called the Nettle F, and this is more of a premium version they did. I have not been able to confirm who the OEM is on this knife. I don't know if they make it themselves. I've never had an Arkona knife here before, but I know the designer, Ivan Braganets. He's a Ukrainian who does designs for companies like Real Steel. He actually is the designer of the Real Steel Huggin. Same guy that designed this knife, so we'll go ahead and use that one as a size comparison. It's almost identical in size to the Huggin. Very similar overall size. Do a couple other size comparisons. Here is the Sharp by Design Mini Tempest. Line them up at the pivots. A little bit bigger than the Mini Tempest. The Mini Tempest is one of the best front flippers ever, right? It really is. Some people may argue with me, but this is as good. Only difference is the way the detent works in the Mini Tempest. The detent's better on this, but everything else is just as good with this Nettle. It's truly an impressive knife. Do a couple more here since it's here, and I know people want to see it. A Rosie, and here's the Evo 2.0. Very similar in size to the Evo 2.0. Go ahead and do a couple more. Here's the Real Steel. I always forget the name of this thing. The Metamorph. Real Steel Metamorph. Almost identical in length to the Metamorph. I was curious. No, this is an OTAP Hell design. Here is the where'd it go? There. Benchmade bug out. Probably 3/4 of an inch longer than the bug out. Pretty much identical in length to the Metamorph. Here's the Penguin. We always do a Penguin. Thickness wise, it's just a hair thicker than the Penguin, the liner lock Penguin. And we will do a pair of 3. Actually, let's do a smock instead. The length will work better with the smock. It'll be closer in length and size to the smock. Yeah, very similar in size to the Spyderco smock, but much lighter weight. Very lightweight, which I like so much. The action on this knife is phenomenal. The access to the lock bar is fantastic. It's jimped in there, and it's kind of cut in and jimped. It's so comfortable to push over. I have not disassembled this knife, but I'm curious. Yeah, I see what they did. So you got 3/4 liners here, and this liner on the lock side is split down the middle. I can see it now. This is all one piece on this, but even the liners are milled out. They're skeletonized in there to keep that weight down. There were only 50 of these made, these more premium version, and this one is number 6 of 50. Yeah, see that maker's mark right there? It's hard to get to show up on the way they did it on this knife. See that maker's mark right there in the reflection? Same as here. Yeah, so Ukrainian designer. It's pretty awesome. Got interesting hardware. It doesn't come with a little tool, so you can adjust your heart or take it apart or adjust your pivot. But you could get away with using like a flathead screwdriver or something too, I'm sure. But it comes with a little tool to use to do it. This thing is so buttery smooth. I can't express to you how buttery smooth this is. It's smoother than the Mini Tempest on the drop and the close and everything. It's just effortless. It's so glassy smooth. You also have a hole too, which is nice. I can't reverse flick it that well. I can, but you know, it's kind of high up on the blade, so it's kind of awkward position, because to front flip it or to thumb flick it, I'd be here, but to get up to middle finger flick it, I got to move way up the blade. It works fine, but it would work better for lefties because you got the cutout for the lock bar, and the pocket clip is reversible, so it would definitely be better for lefties to reverse flick. But the thumb flick is also really good on it for righties. Very good. Man, I wish there was a way I could make you guys feel what I feel on this blade. The bearings that are in it. I don't know if there weren't any bearings included with it, but I guess these are factory bearings. As far as I know, there's been no changes made to this knife. This thing is so good. So good. Yeah, it's better than that, except the detent. This has a better detent. This doesn't have a bad detent, don't get me wrong, but the Sharp by Design's detent is a step above everybody else, in my opinion, with the way they do their little detent pyramid thing in there. So good. I can't express that enough. You can do the reach around if you're into reach arounds, you know. Personally, I'm not really into reach arounds, but it is doable. The jimping up here is sharp, but not uncomfortably sharp. You can do all the tricks, of course, including the reach around, but it's just so good, man. So good. I want to get one of these in the near future. I really do. I love this thing. It's one of my favorite front flippers of all time right now. The only one that I would say could really compete with it would be the Mini Tempest. The Dawn is good, but I always thought the Mini Tempest was better than the Dawn. Detent was so much, that detent on the Mini Tempest just puts it a step above everything else. But as far as any other knife that's not a Sharp by Design front flipper, this may be on top of the list. It really might be. It's that good. And for $300, given what some of these knives are running these days, not that bad. Not that bad, but you know. I wish, if you know who the OEM is, comment below and let me know. I'm going to assume it's Riyadh or Best Tech. As good as the action feels, I'm going to go Riyadh, but I don't know that. That's just a guess. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.